What up, YouTube? Yeah, you know who it is. You know who it is. If you don't, it's your boy Shake. So what up, football fans? You know who it is. It's Jake Brown over the middle. I was going to save this footage for maybe a to-do list, but this needs to be addressed ASAP, or I'm not going to be able to enjoy Connected Career Mode online Connected Career Mode. So I wanted to start off by telling you guys, or explaining to you guys, that I'm a competitive gamer, okay? In the past, I used to show footage of me playing against the computer and showing some of the problems, but I've always said that unless those problems affect me winning the game, then they're really null and void in most cases. And I like to play competitively, so I want to play you online. And if the problem exists and it causes me to lose, then I'm feeling like I'm being cheated, and I feel like I'm being robbed and the game is cheating me. And so those are where my problems and issues lie within the game. I don't want to show problems against the computer anymore. Again, these are things that don't make a lot of sense to me. That'll be like me playing Call of Duty campaign and complaining about the computer AI in the campaign. You know what I'm saying? I've mentioned this to a couple of my friends. It just doesn't make any sense. So I show problems that exist when I play against people online. These are legitimate issues that are in the game. And whenever I show a problem, an issue, a tendency that the game has where it's causing me to lose, I like to show multiple instances, not just one replay and tell you that the whole game sucks based on one garbage replay. You know, it has to be multiple cases where the issue takes place that makes me feel like the game is unplayable. And this year's Madden 13, in my book, is a playable game. The animations are horrible to look at, but in most cases, the game is pretty much legit enough to where you can justify your win and justify your loss. Typically, if you lose, it's your fault. Like, for example, I have Eli Manning throwing interceptions. But I want you guys to pay attention to the scores. This is game 1 of 3 games. And this is going to showcase, I will be showcasing a problem that exists within the game that I think needs to be addressed immediately. Now, same thing with my tutorials. If I do a tutorial, I'm going to showcase several different angles, different cases, different games, showing the same move and how to do it. A lot of times you guys go on YouTube, you see a tutorial, a guy accidentally did a move and he swears up and down this is how you do it, gets 1 million views, and nobody can do the move. So I show you the same move a dozen different times, different angles. This is just so you understand the legitimacy. In this Connected Career Mode, this is Madden 13's pride and joy. Right here, the game freezes. We're unable to continue. And this is not the first or the last time this will happen. Okay, this is a case where the game is frozen. I can't move. And now we're on to game 2. It's the same game, same competitor. Shout out to Triple Meat. And, him and I, we tried our best. And just to give you guys a little preface on the situation, I spent the entire day at Disney with my daughter and my wife. I went to Epcot Center and took her there, and we had a long day. We got up at around 8 o'clock in the morning, and we were there till somewhere around 10 o'clock at night. And I knew that I had my Madden game. This is Azure Effects, or Kamish Azure's YouTube CCM. Now, I knew I had a game. We've been trying to get our game in all weekend. We couldn't get it in, so we had to play Sunday night. And Kamish Azure will advance the season every Monday and Friday. So we went ahead and tried to get our game in, and we're playing late night. I jump on the sticks, and now you're seeing game 2 after you already saw game 1. I was up, I think, 28-14 where the game froze. And here the game is going haywire. It's trying to give me a do-over. It's 2nd and 17. The game decides to give me a do-over, and watch what it says. It's 1st and 10 now. And it's trying to give me do-overs. Multiple cases, guys. Now the game has desynced for the 2nd time. Now we have to start our game all over again. and try to start from the beginning. And you know, the first game, I'm over here trying to break records with my guy, my CCM character, Jake Brown. I'm doing really well and catching touchdowns. I had 3 touchdowns before halftime, and the game froze. And then the second game, I'm doing pretty well. We're both having a pretty decent game, and the game starts it all over again. So here we are in the third game, and I really feel bad for Triple Meat because at this point, we're both really tired. It's really late. We're on to our third game that has, you know, the game is desynced twice, and he's having a bad game. He starts throwing interceptions, whether it be fatigue, whether it be anxiousness to try to duplicate what he's did in the previous games. Here the game pauses. You know, again, connected career mode is Madden football's pride and joy. I think this is the second interception he throws. I might lose count, you guys. So, you know, and again, I don't blame him. You know, I feel bad for the situation. Jake Brown gets into the end zone, and it's gonna pretty much get out of hand after a little while. You know, and I feel bad for him again because maybe, you know, at this point he's making risky plays, throwing risky passes because he's tired. We've played each other 3 times now, but like I was trying to say, look at that crazy animation right there. You know, connected career mode is Madden's pride and joy, you know, this year. This is their mode. And there's several things that I hate about this mode. One, the simulation losses. You know, if a person selects that he's ready to play and the other guy doesn't, and, you know, I reach out to a person several times and say, hey, I'm ready to play you, let's go. I'm, you know, trying to get our game in, and he doesn't respond to me. And then we end up simming the game and I lose, that's going to piss me off. You know, so they should change that for next year's connected career. If maybe the person that selects that he's ready to play before the season gets advanced, the last person to select that he's ready, you know, at least let that person get the rewarded win because he's ready to play and the other guy isn't. You know, you never know when the season's going to get advanced, so you can't just wait to the end of the deadline and just select ready just in time. That would never work. So as long as the person selects that he's ready, the other person that hasn't selected that should get the forfeit, and the other guy should get the win. It's unfair to take losses simply because, you know, the other guy's not ready to play. You know, another thing is, you know, of course there are several issues within the mechanic itself. Superstar mode, or whatever you want to call it now, connected career. Here's another interception. We're up 42-7. You know, you don't have access to any of the instant replays, you know, at the end of the game like you do in online play or when you play against the regular computer. And that's a travesty because you want to see your mistakes. You want to find, this is football. You want to know where your strengths are. You want to know why you do those interceptions and where your big mistakes were that cost you the game. And on top of that, you want to see where the game is breaking down. You know, I don't want to play connected career or superstar mode if I can't see where my offensive line interactions are incomplete and players are standing around in purgatory and unable to make plays. You know, these are definitely things that you want to see at the end of the game to justify whether or not you lost legitimately. You know, connected career mode, again, is Madden football's pride and joy. There's no excuse. The presentation is bad. There's a lot of lag. And the desync issue is happening way too often. I want you guys to let me know in the comments if it's something that you think that you've been able to fix or an issue that you believe is probably with my connection. I've heard this story a dozen times from several friends of mine that are in other connected careers that are not even in the one that Commissioner Zor is running. And within the one that we're running, the YouTube CCM, I've heard several other stories where desyncing is happening all the time. So if this is a major problem, please let me know in the comments if you guys are experiencing the same issue. We'll definitely see if we can send this video to the right people. But nonetheless, the Madden servers, the EA servers, you know, that are supposed to be so great, and I'm using the quote fingers, they're supposed to be so awesome. You know, this year, Madden football, they are terrible. And me, quite frankly, they've been like this for a very long time. So it's your boy Shake. I hope this makes sense. I hope we can fix this issue. I'll holler at you dudes later.